Great Dane Gamer Dad. That's a lot of big words. Great Dane Gamer Dad. All right, here we are. Welcome to Randsanity, episode 266 on 2226. Right? Today is 22226. 22226. So 4 2s and a 6. And it's also 266. So there's 3 6s and 5 2s. So if we were playing Liar's Poker, I would tell you I've got 4 2s. Right? Okay? You know Liar's Poker? You ever play Liar's Poker with a dollar bill? You look at the numbers on the bottom. You have to, you use the serial numbers. And whoever wins the bluff wins the bill. Liar's Poker. I played that with a rock star once. Like at a party, staying in a bar, pulling out tips to give to the bartender. I literally was like, hey, 4 2s. He just goes, 5 2s. And then we sat and drank together all night. It was hilarious. All right, so let's talk about Kid Rock. Okay? Let's get into Kid Rock, because this one just made me laugh. All right? So, Kid Rock says God will cut down journalists from the fake liberal media for reporting on his $5,000 tour tickets. The musician unveiled the first-class seats weeks after testifying to Congress about soaring ticket prices. So Kid Rock has said God will cut down the fake liberal media who reported on his $5,000 tour tickets. Earlier this week, tickets for the country star's upcoming Freedom 250 tour went on sale. Fans were surprised to see some high prices for the first-class packages. Those who wanted to nab front-row tickets would have to pay a whopping $5,000 at every date in the tour, while second-row tickets were priced at $4,000 a pop. Pattern continuing, $3,000 for third row, $2,000 for fourth row, $1,000 for fifth row. No added benefits are apparently listed for purchasing tickets for the first 5 rows. Now, Kid Rock has responded to the media that reported on this said prices, taking to X to write, the fake liberal media says I'm charging $5,000 for front row tickets. He then goes on to confirm that he is indeed charging $5,000 top face value tickets, but adds, they know damn well that's not the full story. But so he's bitching that people are complaining that he's charging $5,000 and say they're liars. But in fact, he confirmed that, yes, he's charging $5,000 for tickets. Well, I just don't get that, okay? How can you bitch about that, okay? Your tickets are $5,000 for front row, yes or no? Well, I have other tickets, but the front row are $5,000. He explained that many seats set aside for the first class tickets for each row, they're extremely limited. But he's got lots of tickets we can go buy, other tickets that are cheaper. You can buy, floor seats between $200 and $500, depending on how close they are to stage. So I just love that, right? So complain that the tickets are expensive, then charge $5,000, then get mad when someone reports that the tickets are $5,000. Thank you, Kid Rock. Thank you, Kid Rock. That made my day. I was like, holy crap, bro. Like, that's just, it's the cacophony of everything. Mad bit, bro. So there you go. Good old Kid Rock. I will not be spending $5,000 for front row seats to Kid Rock. I did see Kid Rock once. I will admit that. I had a friend and a client who was like, come on, I've got concert tickets today. I'm like, all right. He goes, there's really great seats. I'm like, okay, great. And we got him like, oh crap, it's Kid Rock. And they were really great seats. I'm not going to lie. They were like right on the side, stage level, right there. But yeah, it was Kid Rock. I think we got really drunk. I don't remember, to be honest. I just know I was there. It happens. It was a client, They paid for the tickets. We're taking it to this show. I'm like, okay. Beggars can't be choosers all the time. I mean, I can be choosy, but... oh, shit. That's fucking kills me. All right. A going from Kid Rock to the extreme polar opposite, right? Another band that some people can take or leave. Okay, so what is better than sitting under the sun of a summer evening listening to some music? Few things, especially if you know the band you're going to watch for decades of the elite performances, are better than Fish. It may not be everyone, but, you know, some people are big Fish heads. I have seen Fish a few times, but again, it's like, okay, you know, they're great. For some, though, it's a must-see in concerts anytime they come through. If the band is, you know, sort of that kind of, you know, following, they've got the town-to-town culture that people just follow them like they did the Grateful Dead. You know, counting the number of times they've seen them, you know, the Fish heads. Oh my God, I've seen them 66 times. I saw them in this show in 1970. You know, one of those things. I'm not that. I'm not. I could tell you how many times I've seen U2, how many times I've seen the Foo Fighters, Cracker, David Bowie, Neil Young, but Fish, you know, I've seen it. Anyway, they're touring again. What? How would you know? I mean, that's what's happening. So this is how the musicians to the fan dynamic should be. You know, Fish produced their shows, and they want to be created in one that is, they're happy to be at either a stadium or on a farm, whatever you want to do. You know, it's sort of this collective feeling for that. So, but anyway, if you're part of the Fish heads, the Fish were doing another summer tour. They're going to do the residency at the Sphere in Vegas, and then they're hitting shows. The dates for the Sphere are in April, with the tour kicking off in early June in Wisconsin. They'll dip into the South before heading to the Northeast. They're offering a small number of ticket packages for select cities. Those are set to go on sale the 19th. So they already went on sale. The general public, though, those are the select ones, goes on sale next Friday, the 27th. Okay? So you can go to their official website. So they're going to be in the Sphere for a couple days, in Vegas for 16 and 18, and then 23, 25, Vegas until the 2nd of May. And then Wisconsin, Nobleville, Indiana, Savannah, Georgia, Raleigh, North Carolina, Columbia, Maryland, Syracuse, Madison Square Garden, couple dates, Madison Square Garden. They always like that one, Madison Square Garden, like many dates. Then Fenway Park, and then Commerce Park in Colorado. So if you're in New York City, catch the Fish. Catch them, catch the Fish. You know, get your fish on. All right. Another iconic 70s band that's going to actually tour is Little Feat. They announced a festival date amid their farewell tour. The band is set to make an appearance at the Summerfest Music Festival in downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin this summer. The festival announcement follows the band's 2026 farewell tour, which was announced back in November. The tour will mark the band's retirement after almost 60 years. 60. Bill Payne, the band keyboarder and co-founder, poetically expressed his thoughts on the last tour, comparing it to a warm hug. I'm so touched. It's a warm hug. My hope is the last farewell tour resembles a long, passionate kiss. Creepy. A prolonged, warm hug, giving us all time to embrace this special moment, to remember our collective past with those here and others departed, but still in our hearts, said Payne. This is a celebration that acknowledges gratitude for all of those unforgettable journeys, mingled with joy, sadness, but no regrets. Let's allow some time for all of us to play this out. We still have a lot to say and share. All endings suggest new beginnings. Okay, that was pretty profound, right? The Summerfest date will fall amid the tour's last farewell. That'll be on the second weekend, June 27th. The tour is set to commence on April 10th in Orlando and will continue through the spring and summer until late August. So let's see. I think they've got the whole listing. I think it's right here. Let's see. No. Let's see. I think it was Little Feat. Yeah, here it is. I know I had it up. Tour dates. Did I not have that up? Oh, well. Maybe not. All right, sorry. So I lied. No, wait, there it is. Okay. I'm like, I know I have it. Yeah, so they're playing Orlando April 10th. Then they're going to be in Florida. I mean, this is extensive. Knoxville, Roanoke, Tennessee, Alabama, Texas, Austin, Dallas, New Orleans, back to Houston, Arizona, Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, Thornville, Ohio at the Dark Star Jubilee. They're going to play that May 22nd, 24th. So that's Buckeye Lake, the Dark Star Jubilee. Maryland, Delaware, Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, Maine, Massachusetts. I mean, they're playing like every little like place you can imagine. Theaters. I mean, you know, when you've been playing that long, your audience is probably dwindled a little bit by attrition. Sorry, it's the truth. You know, if you've been playing 60 years, you can't sell out stadiums because your fans aren't around. I mean, you're in your 80s. How many people live to be 80s? I read you bits of the rock stars constantly, 50s and 60s, man. You know, you live hard lives. We don't last long. Just how it is, man. Saying truth hurts. All right, last announcement I've got. After a 16-year hiatus, the British alternative rock band Chapter House is heading back on the road for a North American tour. They just announced this the other day as well. The North American tour follows an announcement as headliners at the Slideaway Music Festival in New York City. They're playing Chicago, Los Angeles. The New York show kicks it off. The North American trek will mark their first time the band's toured since 2010 to celebrate the 35th anniversary of their debut album, Whirlpool. They are defined as icons in the shoegaze genre. They'll travel 7 cities throughout the U.S. and Canada, commencing D.C. on May 17th. She's Green and Asteroid Number 4 will be their openers. So it looks like they're going to play D.C., Boston, Montreal, Toronto, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco. So if you're in any of those ones you want to see these guys, catch them as well. So you know, like I said, the bands are just, oh shit, what'd I do here? I did something. Whoops. So yeah, you know, the bands are starting to announce tours left and right. So I'm still waiting for the See Here Now Festival that has not been announced yet. That's the one that happens in Asbury Park. So I'm looking forward to that. You know, getting an idea, because you have to look at the big festivals that happen. So you see who the secondary bands are. Some of the bands that are touring. So you kind of start to get a feel for who it could be. What are the possibilities? So we'll see. I'm hoping Duran. Yes. But it could be Mumford & Son. I mean, Foo Fighters, they're playing everywhere though. So why not? Why wouldn't they play See Here and Now? Play the Jersey Shore? I don't know. But that'll be in September of this year. I was just talking to a friend who went to Bourbon and Beyond. I've not been to Bourbon and Beyond, and he said the problem with Bourbon and Beyond is that while it's a great show, the lineup's solid. It's on like a big, tarmac asphalt parking lot, and I'm like, oh man, it's just not. I want at least a tree. I want a tree I can see and oh look, green instead of nothing but parking lot. That's always sucks. Or even a stadium, so you can go find some hospitality and some VIP. Right? I mean, I'm spoiled, man. I've been doing this for 40 years. I want the amenities. My ears are better, Ashton. Thank you for asking. Yes, the deafness is starting to subside. My ringing is still there, but yeah, it'll go away after a couple of days. But yeah, damn, I got to remember to bring the earplugs for 9 Inch Nails shows. That's what I get. I knew I should have had my damn earplugs with me, and I was looking for them, and I've just forgotten. Yeah, so better, but I definitely still have the ringing. Still have the titanitis. That's what you get. Rockstar shows, man. Rockstar shows. It was loud. So, yeah, I'm still laughing at the Kid Rock thing, so. What are you going to do, right? Kid Rock. Amazing. Just love that so much for him. I do. I truly do. Let's see. Elvis Presley. Nah, I don't care. Pink Floyd working on their album. There you go. Great. David Bowie in 1970 appeared at the Roundhouse Spring Festival in Camden, London. David Bowie and The Hype their very first live performance of the new band, along with Bachnikdel, Groundhog, and Caravan. I've not heard of any of those other bands. Apparently they didn't make it. Stone Roses! Well, you know, Stone Roses, Pete. The thing is about Stone Roses, every time I mention the Stone Roses, they're getting arrested for something. They're always doing something. They're breaking into their old record label or getting arrested for being rowdy. I love the Stone Roses, don't get me wrong, but yes, they're always doing something crazy. Why did you just scream Stone Roses? Tell me, I want to know. Any shows these days are very loud. Yes, it's true, but you know. So tell me about Stone Roses, Pete. Why did you scream Stone Roses? Now I want to know. I'm curious. 1975, the Scottish group The Average White Band went on to number 1 on the U.S. singles chart. Oh, am I taking requests? Got it. Possibly. Scottish group The Average White Band went to number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with Pick Up the Pieces. The band's album AWB also went to number 1 on the U.S. chart. Average White Band. Yes, Stone Roses. I love the Stone Roses. They're amazing. I'll see what I can do with the Stone Roses. Let's see. Florence Ballard of the Supremes died of cardiac arrest in 1976 on this day. Lost an $8 million lawsuit against Motown. Struggled with alcoholism and then died. Well, that sucks. 1977, the Eagles released Hotel California, the title track from the Eagles album of the same name, written by Don Felder, Don Henley, and Glenn Frey. Its long guitar coda was voted the best guitar solo of all time by readers of Guitarist magazine in 1998. The song was awarded the Grammy Award for the Record of the Year in 1978. Hotel California. Everyone's a sellout. Everyone's a sellout eventually. In 1978, the band The Police appeared in a Wrigley's chewing gum commercial. The band dyed their hair blonde for the appearance. I have to start putting up my other screen so you guys can see these things. So I can just pop it up and be like, here it is. Because it's just amazing. You'll have to go Google it. Police Wrigley's chewing gum commercial. I'm like, what the fuck? As long as Johnny Cash's family didn't let him sell out for Ring of Fire for the hemorrhoid cream, I'm totally cool. That would have been a travesty. That burning Ring of Fire hemorrhoid cream. Oh, shit. In 1981, one-hit wonder Dol Dolce was at number 1 on the UK single chart with Shut Up You Face. Famously keeping the legendary Ultravox song Vienna off the UK number 1 slot. Shut Up You Face was number 1 in 11 countries with over 35 different foreign language cover versions selling over 4 million copies. So now you have to go listen to Shut Up Your Face. I had to listen to it. I was like, I've never heard this song before in my life, and it's fucking hilarious. I don't know why it became number 1, but, you know, I think it's one of those quirky things, hence why it's a one-hit wonder. In 1986, MTV, which no longer exists for all intent and purposes, dedicated a full 22-hour broadcast to the Monkees, showing all 45 episodes of the original Monkees TV series back to back. The show first aired on NBC for 2 seasons from September 12th, 1966 through March 25th of 1968. The series followed the adventures of 4 young men trying to make a name for themselves as a rock and roll band. That would have been fun, watching them all back to back. I'm sure you can find that somewhere. I did not go look for that tonight. 1987, Andy Warhol, at the age of 58, died after a gallbladder operation. The gall of his bladder to kill him. A leading figure in the pop art movement, Warhol is considered one of the most important artists of the second half of the 20th century. He produced and managed the Velvet Underground. He designed the 1967 Velvet Underground and Nico Peeled Banana album cover and the Rolling Stones classic Sticky Fingers album cover, as well as all of the other things that Andy did when it came to avant-garde art, music, and photography. Andy Warhol. The museum is in somewhere. Philly? Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh, maybe. 1989, a category for heavy metal was included at the Grammy Awards for the first time. Yes. Metallica performed on stage, but the award went to Jethro Tull. Like, really? Many audience members booed. Meanwhile, Bobby McFerrin won Record of the Year and Song of the Year for Don't Worry, Be Happy. Tracy Chapman was named Best New Artist, and Tina Turner won Best Female Rock Vocal Performance for Tina Live in Europe. Now, my question is this. When they said Metallica performed on stage, but the award went to Jethro Tull, many audience members booed. Did they boo for Jethro Tull, or did they boo that there was a heavy metal category added? I'm betting they booed at Jethro Tull, because that's not really heavy metal. That's just my personal take on it. I think Metallica should have just won it right then and there. If you had them play, what the fuck? Have them win. 1992, UK music paper The NME printed their writers' all-time best debut albums. At number 1 was Patti Smith's Horses. Number 2, Joy Division, Unknown Pleasures. Number 3, MC5, Kick Out the Jams. Number 4, the Jesus and Mary Chain, Psycho Candy. And number 5 was Television, Marquee Moon. Not bad, not bad. In 1992, Shakespeare Sisters started an 8-week run at number 1 on the UK chart with Stay. The duo was made up of ex-Bananarama members Siobhan Fahey and singer Marcella Detroit, who co-wrote Lay Down Sally with Eric Clapton, one of the longest-running UK number 1s in chart history and the longest by an all-female act. Not 1997, No Doubt went on to number 1 on the UK singles chart with Don't Speak. The third single from the band's second album, Tragic Kingdom, was written by Eric Stefani and his sister, Gwen Stefani. I knew that one. I knew that whole thing. The punkiest punk band ever. The engagement ring of Sex Pistols Sid Vicious gave his girlfriend Nancy Spungen when on the auction block for $1,500. No, $2,500, sorry. Sid brought the ring from Camden Market in 1977. Also on sale was a pair of John Lennon's jeans for $3,800. Seems like a lot. A lot for some pants. Just saying. It seems like a lot. The more when it comes to the Sex Pistols, Anarchy in the UK was named the most influential. Whoop, what's happened? I forgot that camera. Oh, sorry. That's just crappy. Like, you know, I lack of paying attention. That's all it is. Not paying attention. I lose the camera. You know, I'm not sure. That's the one thing I have to find out. I think I can play. I don't know if I can play music or not. That's the thing. Since it's live, but I do record it, I don't know. I'll find out. I'll look into that and see if that works. I'm not sure about that. I do have to look and see if I can do the music that I want to do. I'll find out. I'll write it down right now. Music at live. I mean, there must be. I'm sure I can. Someone will get mad at me. They probably won't let me keep it up or record it. Maybe I can do it live only. I don't know. I'll have to see. Anyway, as I was saying, in 2004, the Sex Pistols' Anarchy in the UK was named the most influential record of the 70s in a poll compiled by Q magazine. Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody was voted into second place, and Donna Summer's I Feel Love was third. T-Rex Get It On was fourth, and Special AKA's Gangsta came in fifth. I don't know. That seems like a weird listing, but I guess I could go with that one. You know, maybe. In 2010, Johnny Marr was said to be ecstatic after getting his guitar back. One of his guitars, which had been stolen after a gig in the year 2000 at the Scala nightclub in King's Cross, London. Apparently, a fan of the Smiths, Stephen White, told a London court he was disgusted with himself for taking the $48,000 cherry red 1964 Gibson SG when he went backstage after the gig at the Scala. Oh, I'm disgusted with myself. So either he went to sell it and got busted. I don't think he voluntarily returned it. Here, I stole this. I'm just going to give it back. Yeah, no. Somehow he got caught with it. And of course, I'm disgusted that I stole it. It didn't say how much trouble he got in for that one, but I'm sure he did because, that happens. That happens. Lastly, on this one, Adele won 4 prizes, including Best British Female Solo Artist and Best Album in the 2016 Brit Awards. Coldplay won Best British Group, making them the most successful band in the ceremony's history. The show also featured an emotional tribute to David Bowie, led by Annie Lennox and his friend Gary Oldman. Oh, yes, David Bowie. Lost. Gone. Yes. So, yeah, I'm still laughing about the whole Kid Rock thing. Mad because they reported that he's selling $5,000 tickets and then coming back and saying, well, yeah, I'm selling $5,000 tickets, but I have other tickets. Oh, shit. Thank you so much for that one. Thank you. Appreciate it. Born on this day, Bradley Noel of Sublime, 58. Died in 96, though. Can you believe that? Wow. So he would have been 58. He died in 96. And this is 26. That was 30 years ago. So he died when he was 28. Who knew? Danny Lubell of Halloween is 53. Halloween. Like, that metal Halloween. Scott Flip Phillips of Creed, 53. Tom Hickson of Plain White T's, 47. Don Pardo from Saturday Night Live would have been 108 years old today. He died in 2014. Pat Dooley of Strange Brew and 16 Candles, 98 years old. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He's a character actor. I had to look him up. I'm like, oh, wait, yeah, I've seen him in many things, but 98. Holy crap. James Hong. James has been in everything, everywhere, all at once. He was in Blade Runner. He's in a bunch of movies. But yes, he was in like 600 movies. 97 years old today. Way to go, man. John Ashton died 2 years ago, but he was Beverly Hills Cop. He was the other cop that played across from Billy. Nigel Planer of The Young Ones, 73. Nigel of The Young Ones. Oh, my God, I love that show so much. Kyle MacLachlan of Twin Peaks and now of Fallout is 67. I like him in Fallout. He's a good bad guy because he has that sort of like, I'm so happy, I'm so good, but I'm so fucking evil. Let's see. Steve Irwin, the Crocodile Hunter. He would have been 64 years old today. Can you believe he died 20 years ago? So he died when he was 44. Got killed by a fucking barb through the heart on one of those stingrays. Like, oh, bro. Yikes. That's what happens if you're a, animal enthusiast. Things can kill you. And Drew Barrymore is 51 years old today. Drew Barrymore. She was in, Firestarter and a whole bunch of crazy stuff when she was a kid. We talked about Andy Warhol died today at the age of 58. And Mark Lanigan of Screaming Trees died on this day. He was only 57. Oh, Mark Lanigan. That sucked. I loved Screaming Trees. They were such a good band. Got to see those guys many a time, so. What are you going to do, right? I ate an olive. I broke my tooth. I hit a pit. That sucks. I totally have a crack in my tooth now. I can feel it. My tooth's like... One of those days, you know? It's just one of those days. It's just a fucked up Sunday. Now, if you're on the East Coast, you're getting your ass kicked by the nor'easter. I called family since I'm back from there and said, everybody batting down the hatches like, well, the power hasn't gone out. I'm like, well, gee, that's a good sign when the power hasn't gone out, but everything else is falling to shit. I was like, all right, well, hopefully, you know, you survive the winter storm as it's going to, smash into the East Coast with some vengeance. We've got a little bit of snow here in Columbus, but nothing to write home about. Not like the 13 inches we got last time it snowed. So this is a mild one comparable to what we had. So, yeah, that's it. I made it short tonight because it's Sunday. You got to get up and go to work tomorrow or deal with the snow and everything else. And, yeah, it's, it was a crazy, crazy weekend. All sorts of stuff went on. Saw some good rock show. I'm deaf still because of it. 9 Inch Nails, if you're going to the show, bring your earplugs. I'm just going to warn you now. They were really loud. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, watch, and share. I always have to mark those down. My team always tells me, say those things. I forget. It happens. I think I'm going to get my other camera hooked up so that way you guys can see the when I talk about some of the things I can show them to you. Because see, I have like this camera over here, and then I have this camera over here, and then I have this camera over here. So see, I have all these cameras that I can easily be putting up my other screen for you, so you can see the stuff that I'm talking about. That way you're not going, well, I can't see it, like a penguin in the studio. It's all fun and games until, in fact, you can't see the penguin in the studio. That was always the joke we had forever. The penguin in the studio. It happens. All right, I'm coming over here. Oh, crap. I fell down. I slipped in the ice, smashed my elbow. Yeah, it's been a weekend. Banged my knee against the bumper of a car, cracked my tooth on an olive, and fell down. Everything comes in threes, so I got my 3. So hopefully I won't be injuring myself any further. Mildly or otherwise. Shit. Anyway, that's it. I'm leaving. I'm going upstairs. I'm going to go get out of the basement, and I'm going to go sit on the couch. And then I'm going to fall asleep on the couch like I always do. And then wake up at some ungodly hour and then crawl into bed and then get up early and do this all over again. So I will look for you tomorrow night. I do this every night at 11 p.m. And we'll have something different tomorrow because it's different every single day slightly. Because there's always new news of some sort when it comes to music and entertainment. Like Shia LaBeouf, which we didn't talk about tonight. But, we talked about Shia LaBeouf enough of it after his arrest at Mardi Gras. But I'm sure we'll hear about that soon when his court appearance appears right before St. Patrick's Day back in New Orleans. Wah, wah, wah. Anyway, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you again. Questions, comments, concerns, feel free to talk to my publicist. Appreciate you, friends. We will, as we do, and we'll fade to black.